Welcome to social media. Today we're gonna have advice hour with Bella, okay? This is my advice for you. The first one being that as a social media editor, you're kind of in charge of reaching all audiences of the school, and that was something that I thought about last year, was trying to do more academics as well as covering maybe the events or talking about the things that other people wouldn't talk about, because at Lake Central, obviously athletics is a very important part, but we have other areas of the school that can be reached. So my first piece of advice would be overall try and cover academics as well as just extracurriculars you wouldn't think to cover. Maybe that's robotics, maybe that's the band, maybe it's color guard, or just reaching other people in the school to make them feel important. I would also say that covering all these events is not something you can do on your own. It's definitely something you need your whole village for, which I think we reiterated a lot this year, to send pictures, send videos, or even let the whole team know if something's canceled, changed, or something like that. So definitely keep getting on your classmates and ask them to send pictures and send videos, because you're a high school student, you have other things to do, but also this is your job. So try and find the balance between, if someone else can cover something, maybe go to a different event or cover some other thing going on in the school. Okay, this has always been something of mine, probably with my OCD, but I also learned it when we went to Boston and also for J-Day, and that is to keep the feed very clean and the theme very similar. So you can change up the color palette however you want, but just make sure you stick with that throughout the year and throughout the pictures, and keep that in mind when you're posting on the feed. There's also different purposes for different things, so you wouldn't post any announcements on the feed or any events, and try, if possible, to keep all ads off of our feed, just because without it, it makes it look way better. And if you look back to a year ago of what our Instagram looked like compared to this year, it's a whole lot different and it's more organized. I would also say get yourself into a routine of when you're gonna post the content for social media, because if you just do it whenever, then you're not gonna stay as consistent, which is something that I noticed I didn't do throughout the year. I started out the year by doing weekly sports schedules. I posted the daily announcements that Miss Collard gets, and you can also get that. But then I died down and I didn't post the schedules. I barely posted announcements, and I think part of that was because I never had a dedicated time to social media and posting just for Lake Central. Speaking of that, make sure you try and schedule as much of your content as possible. All those senior night graphics were done ahead of time and seasonally, so after fall sports ended, then I moved to winter sports and got a picture of all the seniors from every single sport, and then I scheduled the posts on their senior nights, and then I didn't have to worry about it for the rest of that winter sports season or spring sports season. My last thing is to check in with yourself on what content you're doing really good at and what content you're kind of lacking in. We definitely geared towards athletics this year because that's what people choose to do for their coverage cycles, and that's what's convenient for people. But I noticed throughout the year, like I said before, that I died down with the academics and just other important events going on at school. So just make sure you're trying to balance all those different things, and also don't forget to ask everyone in the class for help, because as much as it is your job, it is also their job to help you, because two people can't manage to reach every single area of the school. And I'll end it with, you can always text me or give me a call, let me know how class is going. And also, don't be too hard on yourself, and this should be a fun class. And being a senior, I think at one point you're just ready to be done. So try and have fun with it and be very creative. I definitely learned a lot this year working with social media, and I also realized what parts I do like and what parts I don't. And I I love you guys, and I can't wait to watch and see how you guys grow throughout the year. Bye.